It was a big weekend for pitching. Let's discuss on Fantasy Baseball Today in 5. Welcome into FBT in 5 on Monday, June 24th. I am Frank Stampfl, joined by Scott White, and let's lead things off with Max Scherzer, who is back, kind of. Pitched well in his debut, up against the Royals, 5 shutout innings, 1 hit, 0 walks, 4 strikeouts, only threw 57 pitches, and after the game, when asked about only throwing those 57 pitches, he said, quote, really trying to maximize what I can do 5 days out. I have to make the next start in 5 days. He also made note of fatigue in his forearm, and the issue with his thumb is still looming. So just don't really like to hear or read things like that about a 40-year-old starting pitcher. But Scott, any thoughts here on Max Scherzer's debut?
Well, he pitched well. That's the main takeaway for all of his all of his musings afterward. He pitched well, and what he may be referring to is it was a short rehab assignment given the amount of time he missed, and only one of those 3 rehab starts did he exceed the 57 innings or 57 pitches, I should say, that he threw in this one, and it was the last of the rehab starts. And he got 8 days off after that, and his return was delayed by a couple days to give him those 8 days off. So my guess is, he's not built up to the point yet where he can throw 90, 100 pitches and then start again in 5 days, which seemed to be what he was stressing. I think it's just he could have used more rehab time, but it felt like a waste of time to both him and the Rangers. A waste of bullets, maybe, is the better word than time. And so they wanted him to keep extending himself in the majors. It may not last long, but, he's 40 and he's got to seize the day. And I think you should do the same. Maybe not this week against the Orioles, but if he follows that up with the strong effort, then hopefully we can start thinking of Scherzer as must start again.
We had some big pitching performances on both ends of the spectrum. Let's start with the good, and the Minnesota Twins, Pablo Lopez and Bailey Ober, both going up against the Oakland A's this weekend. Obviously a great matchup. Both were great. Pablo, 8 shutout innings, 14 strikeouts, ties a career high, and Bailey Ober turned in the first complete game of his career. 4 hits, 2 earned runs, 10 strikeouts, 23 whiffs on 89 pitches. Don't want to take too much away from one start, but anything that you did take away here, Scott, from Bailey Ober and Pablo Lopez?
So I noticed for Lopez that he threw his fastball more. It was responsible for more than half of his whiffs, 10 of the 19 whiffs. Throwing his fastball more meant he threw his sweeper and his changeup less. And those pitches are the ones that have really gotten hit hard this year. Batting average against coming into the start, only 186 on the fastball, but 289 on the sweeper, 311 on the changeup. They are both great pitches for him last year. I don't know exactly why he struggled with them. It may just be location. And, hopefully this start was a step in the right direction as far as that goes. It's harder to say, but since most of the success was found on the fastball and he leaned on it more, I just wonder how much that has to do with this performance in conjunction with obviously the good matchup at Oakland. Overall, I think Pablo Lopez is a buy low pitcher. I don't know if now after this start is the time to buy low on him, but I think he's better than his overall numbers, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I just don't know if I can take away with confidence that this start means he's totally back because of the issues with sweeper and changeup. As for Bailey Ober, obviously it was a really dominant start. He got a lot of whiffs on all of his pitches. I know the fastball in particular is kind of the opposite of Pablo Lopez. The fastball is what's been getting crushed and everything else has been performing well. He got 7 of his 23 whiffs on the fastball. So, hopefully that means he's coming back around. Still great control. It's nice to see Bailey Ober working deep into games because even at his best, that's not something we always see happen. I guess we need to see a follow-up effort from both of these starts, Lopez and Ober, But I know they have a good matchup coming up. They're talented pitchers. There's a lot to be excited about with their performance from this weekend.
Mm-hmm. And on the other end of the spectrum, we had two massive blow-up starts. Imanaga got crushed by the Mets on Friday, and Carlos Rodon has been hit hard 2 starts in a row. Same thing happened this time around against the Atlanta Braves. But we don't have any time left. So if you want to hear about those, you can listen to our full-length podcast, Fantasy Baseball Today, on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, the Odyssey app, or anywhere else podcasts are found. Thanks for listening to Fantasy Baseball Today in 5, and we will be back again tomorrow. Bye-bye.